My name is James Kim. I think I'm 46 years old. I'm an attorney, Vietnamese background, and I pretty much grew up in San Jose, went to school in San Francisco. Now I'm back in San Jose and just been working in San Jose. 1979, when I first came over here, my family and I were essentially in Valparaiso, Indiana. And we were placed there at that time after the Vietnam War not to impact any city too much, because at that time a lot of Vietnamese families were immigrating over from Vietnam to escape the war, and the U.S. government did not want it, any of the cities or communities to be impacted too much. So my family and I were stationed there, and we had a lot of sponsors there. And I think we were only couple of Vietnamese family there at the time, and we lived there for I think 2 or 3 years before we moved to San Jose. Yeah, so I came here in 1982, San Jose, from Valparaiso, Indiana. My parents were not as focused on us. They're too busy making a living, and we're pretty much off on our own from our elementary, junior high, high school, and college. They pretty much were not hands-on whatsoever into any decision that I made with respect to college, school, or anything like that whatsoever through my whole educational experience. Yeah, I didn't really know, in high school what you wanted to do, but in college, I knew right away that I wanted to be an attorney. Being an attorney, not so much as being an attorney, but I wanted the education where it was related to politics, leadership, and I, I, I studied business administration and management focus, and also political science, both of which are somewhat related to, leadership, organization, the human condition, the psychology of it. So that's what I want to focus in, and then law was the next step to that. With respect to being the first in my family, I never thought about that. For me, it was just a good experience personally for me to achieve that, because I know how much work I had to put in to get there. Yeah. Growing up, I was the youngest of 8 kids. I think I found more direction because had more exposure to education. My age allowed me to kind of grew, okay, to elementary, junior high school, and then college. Whereas my siblings pretty much were thrown into high school and then college and then whatever the next step was. I don't think that you can fully bridge the gap between my siblings. Part of which is because of the age gap, and part of it is because of the educational gap as well too. Okay, now as you get older, you tend to be closer to certain siblings and not other siblings. One is through age, the age gap, and two is your personal experience, and three is the educational experience too. So for me, I was only able to bridge the gap with certain amount of my siblings that actually has exposure to college and to the American culture. Just going out, friends, having fun, same thing. But predominantly, most of my siblings, there's a big age gap, and also the culture and the experience gap as well too. But it's not a big issue. It's not a big issue. In law school, like I said, you're around a lot of smart people, with all A's, and you in that environment, you are exposed to what's great, and what you thought you did was great. There's no comparison. Like, you never know how good you are until you're surrounded by other good people as well too, and that's what you realize what you need to improve. We're always comfortable in our lives until we surround ourselves with people that are better than us, that can teach us something else. Okay, education is very important. Education not only provides you with a skill, but it equalizes your ability, okay, to 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 progress in life with so many other people as well too, okay. And education for me was a stepping stone for me to do the things I do now, and feel like I understand the law, I understand America, I am part of America, and not to be afraid like I was before when I was just growing up as a little kid who was an Asian, don't speak English well, don't know the law. But now, after going to education, getting my undergrad, and now being an attorney, you feel like you understand how the world works, and it gives you a sense of confidence that you didn't have before when you were growing up. And I don't think that I have that sense of confidence if I didn't go to law school, because I feel that now I'm part of the American rules, how to interpret that offers me guidance to how I conduct myself, how to offer advice to my clients, and how I can better my lives for my family and I.